World Turn.
Hi, welcome back to Queers and Soaps. I'm Angel. This is my co-host Eric.
Hi.
Today we're talking about As the World Turns
Hi.
from it's the last week of August, probably the middle of August. Who knows? All I know is that we need to roll these credits and get it started. So exciting week.
Yeah, somewhere August of 1987. But they all kind of go together. So I guess
Yeah.
maybe there was still the Iran-Contra hearings were happening during these times.
Was it? Because I thought those were over.
They were over early August. So, but I don't know how much it affected As the World Turns. Because I got the gist of what's going on. It only felt like we missed an episode, and it was between this one last one that we watched.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed like it was a big episode too, of course. We missed the Meg and Antonio's party.
Did we?
Well, yeah.
Did we miss it because nobody came?
We did, because I guess that would have been the fallout. We would have seen that, and we would have seen Margot and Tom apparently went on a date, or went out. I don't know if it was a date, but went out to talk, I guess. But we missed that. So it must have happened during that party episode. Anyway. Yeah, Lily and Holden are at the diner in most of these, and they don't do anything. Except, I guess, wait on
It's a whole lot of nothing.
A whole lot of nothing. And then this Mary Pat person is involved, and also that guy that is jealous of Holden.
Mm-hmm.
We get to see Jessica, and we finally get to see the storyline that we thought was not going to be shown. It's shown a little bit, I guess. I don't really understand the business stuff, so it's really hard for me to get. So Jessica is helping Betsy, Lisa, and Emily with this, I guess, Craig's business.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to keep it afloat, I guess. And she's like, you can it holds their job, whatever he did, it holds their jobs, but someone else has to be the new manager or something.
Yeah.
I don't really understand what, but Tonio somehow gets that role. But apparently, if Craig comes back, he can buy it back. So I don't understand it, but this is the gist of what I got. Did you get the same thing, or?
Yeah, I got basically the same thing. The best part about all that was that Sierra basically finds out too, because this is Sierra and is married to Craig, and she slaps Tonio 3 times.
Right.
It's the best part.
Oh yeah. Well, that's not till later, though, right?
It's not till a little later, but I just love. I just want to say that part because I just love that part. I had to rewind it a couple of times.
I know.
And
it's
I screenshot and put it on YouTube.
All right, so she's helping them figure things out. Tonio took over somehow. I don't really understand how. I don't know if it was money. I don't know. James is around in these episodes. I don't know. It's Emily against him and just kind of doing what he says because she's afraid. That's what I'm getting from it, but I'm not positive.
That's what I'm getting from it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, I want to know your opinion on this. Do you think, and we're not even going to bring the other character into it yet, but do you think that with the recast of Emily, that their relationship's yet less gross, but it's still gross in another way?
I think it's still gross.
I think it's less gross, but it's gross in a manipulative way. You could Emily definitely looks a little older in these.
I think it's
the recast, but it's gross in a way that it's that's manipulative. It's this relationship is it's not supposed to be a thing yet.
They're doing what Hollywood does. They'll put 80-something-year-old Harrison Ford with a 20-something-year-old person. And because not only is it Emily, it's also this other chick, that lady's daughter, and I can't remember that lady's name.
Monica Lawrence.
So yeah, so he hooked up with this Corinne apparently, and he hooked up with her daughter. I'm like, dude, this guy
Yeah, this is where I'm like, oh God, James, what are you doing? Like, come on, like I know you're a villain, but this is getting out of hand.
Yeah, like even Stefano didn't do. None of the other criminals on any other soaps like did this. Like it really does not make me root for this man, like as a villain even, because I'm just like, ew, you're going with probably like underage girls or like.
The closest one I could think of is Adam Chandler, because he did seduce Dixie in order to get an heir out of her.
Yeah.
That's the closest one that I can think of.
It's true.
But other than that, James just seems to be like going after these young girls and these old women and all the women, and Barbara and Lucille are the only ones who really like really are like, okay, yeah, this guy is bad news.
I mean, ageist, but
yeah,
it's just nasty to me. Not that I mind, because I love Catherine Zeta-Jones and Michael Douglas. They're a great couple. They've been together for like 30 years, and they have multiple children that are in college now or older. So, and I don't mind that, but I don't know. It just skews me with him for some reason.
Well, yeah, because I think they're supposed to be skewed by it.
Well, I am. They're doing a great job.
You're just supposed to be with that one. Whereas with Catherine Zeta-Jones and Michael Douglas, obviously there was some kind of consent there. But with James and Emily and James and Monica, yes, there is consent. They are over 18, I think. I'm not sure. Yeah. No, because I think Monica and Dusty are the same age. I think.
Yeah. Ew.
I think, but still.
I think you're right. Yeah, you are. You're right.
Yeah, but still, there's just this icky
ick
factor with that.
Sure. So James and Paul are together. So I'm like, I don't think he kidnapped them, but I guess he swayed him to like go with him and stay there. Yeah. And there's like a flashback of Paul saying goodbye to Andy. I guess because I don't know how long he's supposed to leave for. I don't know. Casey tells Taylor that Margot moved in with Lila and he moved out. Jessica tells Iva and Sierra about Craig's business, that they keep their jobs. We just talked about that. Margot and the cops talk, and we find out Doris got murdered. Doris came and went.
Yep. Bye.
Like this. I'm afraid to look it up. I was going to look it up. But I guess she's the second person that got married in this castle on this island, or on Duncan's Island, whatever. The storyline is so strange to me because I almost feel like I feel like we're not missing that many episodes. And I feel like this is like almost like a front burner, back burner storyline. Like,
yeah,
people are dying, which I feel like is kind of major. but it's kind of like back burner to everything else that's going on. I'm so confused by it. I'm like, that's why I'm more intrigued by this storyline, because I'm like, it's interesting, and I'm like, what is going on this island? Like, what is happening? And it, of course, involves James.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, so whatever. So anyway, Doris is murdered. I think, and then I have Mary Pat, and I think she's Allison, even though it doesn't say it on her credits. And if it's not, it's someone that looks just like her, because she looks like Barbara Garrett from One Life to Live. Meg invites everyone to the reception for her Antonio, because they got married in Vegas, which was fun. James finds Emily and wants her to tell Paul a bunch of lies. He wants everybody to lie to Paul, like Barbara and all that. It's very sad. I guess this is going to lead to Paul hating James, because how it's going to go. Duncan's accused of killing Doris, and I think he was accused of killing the other person too. Emily tries to get through to James about Paul, but they end up kissing because I guess she's afraid of him or something, or he's, like you said, manipulative.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Casey and Lila were killing me. I actually cried,
I
like teared
know.
up. Not in this one, but after the song when they talk. Um, but they talk, and he says he still loves her and always will.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, it's not winning her back yet. Girl, like this boy is trying to get you. Like, the
Yeah.
fuck?
Did they get
And this is like
engaged?
the no. She said no.
Okay, yeah. So did he like propose and then she said no?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
that's what I thought.
I think, I don't think she said no immediately, but she said no eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Sierra still thinks that Craig is still alive. James and Emily, I put James and Emily cringe. um, and some lady shows up. And it's this. Who's this Pam person? Where'd she come from?
James, not James. Wow, it's with the J's.
Pam.
John's cousin. So this Pam
It's John's
person is
cousin.
John's cousin. Yeah, or
Where'd she come
John's.
from? Did she
I'm
just
sorry.
come? And maybe we missed that.
I guess she
Did we miss her
just
introduction
appears.
episode?
I'm guessing. I don't know if she
She's
lasts
just
for
like
long.
in it. She does. She's there for 2 years. I looked her up. So
Okay.
she is Larry Wagner and Annette Dixon's daughter. So I guess Annette Dixon is John's sister,
Yeah.
I'm guessing. I don't know if we see these people ever or not. But yeah,
I don't know.
she's just there all of a sudden and involved with Dusty. I'm like, what is happening? Where'd this come from?
Yeah.
It just came out of
One minute,
nowhere.
one
I'm like,
minute
I
Dusty's
just
in
feel
Harvard.
like they put her in and it just felt like she was supposed to be there.
1 minute Dusty's in Harvard. The next minute
Right.
he's looking for Lily. The next minute he's in this storyline. So I guess the Harvard thing got dropped.
Right? I know. I'm like, I've been in the show. I thought that was like a whole setup for him to leave. Now I'm still around and with this Pam person. And I did look her up, like I said, and all she does is date people for the 3 years she's there, 87, 88, 89.
Mm-hmm.
She dates Dusty, she dates Holden in 88.
Mm.
So I guess there's going to be some Lily conflict, which I'm excited about because I don't like them together
Yeah.
because they bore me.
Well, I know Lily gets
So
involved
maybe
with
this Pam will
somebody.
get involved and make it a little bit interesting soon, I guess.
Yeah, I think she gets involved
I
like
wonder,
towards the
is
end of
it that
the
guy
episode.
from the diner?
I don't know. That might be
I
who it
was gonna
is.
say it would make sense the way they're putting this guy in from the diner. Yeah. Um. All right. So where are we? So yeah, that's all I have for that one. And it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have a date, so we don't know what that is.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we're
they're
at
not
number
sure what.
65. I put Dusty is still around. Girl says Monica is bad news. That's that Pam. Because I didn't know who the girl was. I'm like, girl, who the hell is that girl? She just acts like she was there since the beginning, and I'm like, I never seen you a day in my life
Never
in the
seen it
6 months that
before.
we watched. Where did you come from? Or 7 months because we're in August, right? Um, oh, and I put Monica and James are together now, and I don't know if they were having sex or just making out or something. And I put she drank his Kool-Aid. If you know
Yep.
the the Jim Jones story, with the cult storyline. Which was actually in an American Horror Story they used it in, which was pretty fun.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Um, yeah. Tonio is in charge of Craig's business. Lucinda and Sierra are not pleased. John comes by while Dusty and Pam are talking. Kim comes by to see Lucinda about the show because we're going to get this show storyline started, I guess, in September. Meg's telling everybody to be happy for her. Emma, Seth, and Franny. Casey and Taylor. So Taylor's confusing me now because she seems like she's on team Casey and Lila, but I don't know if she's being a good friend or just being manipulative bitch.
Hmm.
She seems legit, like the way she's acting. 'Cause, sometimes they're like, oh yeah, you should go back to her, but kind of like, like show it. But she's like, yeah, you should really like try with her, communicate. And I put, she seems Team Lila now.
Yeah.
Maybe she knows Lila's a good lady and that she doesn't have a chance with Casey. I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking
Unless
too.
she's just, I don't know what she's doing. Taylor confuses me. Margot and Bob talk. He says he doesn't care, that he's going through. He knows she's going through things with Tom,
Mm-hmm.
and that she's always family to them and all. And it was a cute conversation. She says that she filed for divorce, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't know about that. Whatever." I put Lily talked to her mom about Craig, and I think she had memories. So I don't know if that happens. That she talked to her on the phone. Is she
I'm
in contact
thinking,
with them? Do
yeah.
you know?
I'm thinking that's
So
that's
yeah,
what happened, and we probably missed an episode.
so she had. But Holden, of course, consoles her, and she says something like, "Oh, I'm glad you and Dusty didn't know," and he's like, "Ugh."
Uh,
So I guess that's the only thing that happened because he doesn't know like about the stuff, and he's saying that he doesn't. Again, lying to Lily. So I guess that's going to drive her away into this man at the diner's arms.
mm-hmm.
If it's headed in that way, I don't really know. But it doesn't look like she's going home anytime soon. And then Sierra slaps him.
3 times. Slap,
Do you
slap, slap.
remember why she slapped him 3 times?
The first one
Do you remember why?
was
You posted the video.
yes. The first one was
How she feels right
how
now.
she feels. The second one was for Steve. The third one was for Craig if he were here.
Steve. um, Tom comes by Lila's to see Margot, but she is in no mood. She's in no mood for his bullshit. Seth and Franny are there. I think they're getting married soon, so they're just like talking about that stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
nobody's planning anything. They're just planning the future, whatever. Iva comes home. She tells him not to go to the party for Meg because of what Tonio did, taking over
Mm-hmm.
Craig's company and blah blah blah. Um, I almost feel like that's kind of dick. Like Meg is, what is Meg to her? Meg's her sister.
Yeah, they're sisters. Well, adoptive
What
sisters.
is what is Meg to Iva? Okay, but like, don't you feel like you should be there for your family? Like, yeah, she married an asshole,
Mm,
but you still like at least make an appearance.
right.
But Emma goes and tells Meg nobody's coming. Yeah. Um, James is like harassing Lucinda. He's blackmailing her, which we get multiple times in I hate when they show like things that we've already seen in the flashbacks. I wish they would show like episodes we didn't see. Um, but they show like he's threatening Craig's life. He's like, yeah, I know where Craig is, blah blah blah. Tom talks to Lila about Margot. He loves her. He can't imagine life without her, which I thought was kind of sweet.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I feel like he didn't really give like a good explanation of what happened besides just work.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I still feel like there's always a way. Um, Emma comes tells Meg that they aren't coming. Number 66, whatever. I guess end of August, like you said, of
And
87.
August, yep.
I think the party had happened already because I put Pam is upset that Meg's party was a drag, basically, because I guess nobody went. Um, Casey tells Taylor that Lila said no to his proposal, so I don't.
I honestly think that Lucinda is John's best pairing, and they are together for a good while. I don't know. I forgot when they break up, but I know they're together for a while.
Um, I put Casey and Taylor seem to be getting a little too close for comfort. And she says that compromise uh, with Lila, make it work, whatever.
And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
Lisa and Lila talk. She wants her to come back singing. Lucinda gets to the stables to meet James, and Pam and Dusty are there. she sees James's shadow, which I thought was funny.
Ooh, shadowy figures.
So Lila tells Lisa she's going to sing at Mona Lisa's again. And of course, she doesn't trust Taylor. She was saying, Betsy tells Emily about Rod being a rapist. She's all upset about it. James gives Emily the phone to get I guess because I think John was on the phone or whatever, to get Lucinda. Emily asks James questions, and he said, "You're better off not knowing."
Mm-hmm.
Cops and Duncan talk. He says people are dying from his castle. He doesn't understand what's going on. Well, they're just holding them there, I guess. Margot goes off on Duncan. He says he's going to take matters into his own hands.
Mm-hmm.
James threatens Barbara if she doesn't do what he says, that he'll get into Paul's ear or whatever. Barbara says he will see through it. Oh yeah, Paul will see through her lies if she lies to him. Lucinda goes to Emily and goes off on her a bit. Tom interrupts Margot and Hal. He doesn't want a divorce. He says he will fight for her, which I kind of like.
Yeah.
I like that.
He's fighting for his
woman. For your woman.
Fight for your woman.
Even though I still am mad at him.
Yeah.
He's got to win me back. Lila thinks of Craig, and she sings a song, which was a nice song. I never heard the song, but I liked it. And Casey was there watching. I love the song. This is where I teared. Well, right after is when I teared up, I think. Because he tells her he was miserable and lonely, and he wants to live with her again. And she's like, well, you moved out. Like, you made the decision. But it appears that they're back together. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Paul calls Barbara. She says, she just says to him, like, oh, I'm disappointed you didn't want to stay with me and that you wanted to stay with your dad and whatever, and whatever. And I guess that she gets through to him. I don't know. She seems to believe her, I guess. And James talks to the guy that's with Duncan. I guess it's like Duncan's right-hand man. I don't know, because I feel like Duncan had a lot of right-hand men.
Yeah.
Kim and Bob talk about her show. We do have a little bit of something with Sabrina that happens in this one.
Yes.
Because I think Sabrina's just around and Franny, and then like Seth comes in and thinks it's Franny and just smooches her. Who would do that when you have a twin? Like, there's a twin around.
Well, no. I don't want to blame Sabrina for this.
I don't know.
But she does have Sabrina normally has her hair pulled up.
No, I don't blame Sabrina. No, but I'm just saying I blame him.
Yeah. Oh no. I definitely blame him. But I'm wondering if they want us to blame Sabrina because she had her hair down. And normally Sabrina has her hair up. Franny is the one that has her hair down. I'm wondering if that's what they want us to think. That this is all Sabrina's plot to.
Yeah, but
he should have been more careful. Seth should have been more careful.
She a plotter? Pam and Dusty are still hanging out. She kind of goes off on him about something. I'm like, girl, you just got here. Who are you talking to? Betsy and Rod.
They smooch. I kind of saw that coming. I know that I don't know if they become an official couple or if they're on for because I don't know how long William Fichtner is on. I don't know how long Lindsay Frost is on. But that would provide, and I don't know if they ever solve the whole Steve portion of that with if Steve grants Betsy a divorce or anything like that.
I'm sure he does. He didn't want to see her.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he?
Hear that thunder?
I'd be pissed if he didn't. He should want to
He
move
really
on,
should, yeah.
But she tells Rod that she respects him for staying and fighting for his family because her man didn't. Emily is kind of spying on James. She's just like lurking around, listening. I think he's on the phone at one point. And he's being nasty to John. You said he's drinking, right? Is this when he's drinking?
Yeah, so I kind of understand, from my understanding of it, is that he drinks on and off. I say as you take a drink, but so he kind of drinks on and off. I think it's like, which honestly, I think that's realistic with alcoholism. I like how they portray it because, like, I remember watching an episode from like '89, and he's with somebody else. I'm not going to spoil who it is, but she's a major character in the early '90s. It's not Angel, but and then Tonio's still on. He blames Tonio for like all of like his problems and stuff like that. So, and then that's when he takes a drink.
And James and Emily talk. She knows what James is up to, using Craig to blackmail Lucinda. I guess she overheard that. Yeah, I did put Andy is drinking, so he is drinking in this episode. So he starts a long time ago.
Yeah.
Seth sneaks in. This is Sabrina, thinking it's Franny. James calls for the next step of his dastardly plans.
Dun, dun, dun.
But I don't think we know who he was talking to, right? Or was he talking to Lucinda?
I don't think we do either.
And that's all I have for this one.
Yep.
And that's all we got.
That's all we got. So what are your predictions?
I don't know. Like, I don't know where this Lily storyline's going to, and I honestly don't care.
Yeah, I kind of want her to go home.
I want to know if James is killing these people. Yeah, like it's kind of boring. It's just by herself out there.
Yeah, because like when they were at the reservation, it was interesting. But then when they were at the reservation, it was interesting. But then when she got to the diner, it kind of just slowed down. Like,
yeah. I think it's going to cause a problem with Lucinda and John's marriage that James is doing. I don't know what James is up to. I don't know if he wants everybody dead. I don't know if he's killing these island people. I don't know. It's really very unpredictable because I really don't know where any of this stuff is going. But maybe because we're so spotty. Like, I think I looked it up and we only have like 10 episodes of September. So.
That's what. Yeah, I don't even know where it's going either. So first, I want Lily to go home, like I said. Lily and Holden need to go home. Second, I want to know where the Falcon storyline is going, even though I'm not interested in it. I am kind of intrigued in it. Or if the Falcon storyline
it's like a back burner front.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's weird.
I remember,
like, what is happening like that?
I just remembered that Duncan brought up Beatrice, so I wonder if she's coming back in like a short-term type of thing, but I don't think so. I hope Casey and Lila get together, but I kind of know how that goes, so I don't want to say anything about that. Like, I kind of know how it goes, like, later on down the line. Like, you watched, like, around 2008, right?
Yeah, 2007.
Yeah, 2007. So their daughter's on the show. So, obviously, it does work out in some ways. So.
Who's their daughter?
It's Katie. Yeah. Katie. You know the blonde that's with Henry?
Oh, Katie's their daughter?
Katie is their daughter. So.
I had no idea. Oh,
yeah,
I'm so excited.
So they do work out. They do work out in some ways, but I'm not going to spoil what happens to them. because they do have a
Ooh,
daughter that's on the show.
Love that.
Much
Okay,
later
good. At
on,
least they have a
much
baby.
later
That
on.
makes
So
me happy.
Katie is their daughter.
Yay.
Yeah.
Hey. Oh, good. I'm excited now. Because I was nervous that they were going to break up and just end it because I really like it.
Yeah.
I wonder if she's pregnant now.
That's what I'm
Because they
wondering.
slept together and Katie's old in the 2000s.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, well, they
Right,
kind of,
we
well,
should
they
wrap
aged her
this
up.
up because
So, you have anything else to add before we wrap this up? All right.
Nope.
Thank you for watching As the World Turns 1987. As always, you can follow us on our socials at Queers and Soaps. And until next time, bye.
Bye, everyone.